Find your way down onto your back, settling onto your mat for your Shavasana and preparing your body for practice. Send your feet and arms out wide to the sides of your mat. Let the limbs become heavy as they sink deeper and deeper into the ground beneath you. See if you can let go of any external distractions, anything happening around you that may be drawing you off of your mat today. Letting go of the day that you've had, the week that you've had, or any anticipation of the days to follow. Simply be here in this moment and on your mat. Direct your breath to your nose. Feeling it move in and out through the nostrils. The front body is soft and relaxed, allowing it to rise and fall with every breath. With each big breath in, feel your belly fill up, feel it rising towards the sky. Each breath out, it softens. Big breath in, belly rise. And a slow breath out, the belly falls. Continue with that same slow rhythm of breath at your own pace. Invite some softness into your face, your jaw. Lengthen up the back of your neck. Tuck the shoulder blades beneath you, creating a sense of openness through the chest. Start to slowly wiggle the fingers and the toes, wakening up the body slowly. Take some gentle rotations to the wrists and the ankles. In both directions. Slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat. Bend through the knees, bring the soles of your feet onto the ground. Then hug them in close towards you, interlacing the fingers around the knees, the shins, or the thighs. Gentle rock from side to side, massaging your low back. Pause in the center. From here, one by one, send the soles of your feet up towards the sky. If you have low back sensitivities, it can sometimes feel good to place the palms of your floor on the hands, slide it underneath of the pelvis, adding a little bit of height to the pelvis, maybe even coming up onto fists. Reach the feet up towards the sky once again. Another option, if you have it available to you, is to bring the hips onto a block or onto a pillow, maybe a pillow folded in half once. Just find the height that works for you. The arms softly rest at the sides. The soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Working towards a straight leg, but it's okay to have a micro bend in the knees. You can also do this pose up against a wall if you have trouble sleeping. But for this particular moment, make sure that you do have space between you and the wall because we will be moving into different postures from here. Breathe deep into your belly. Let the legs be soft as the soles face the sky. Pelvis, the low back supported by the ground or your prop. Allowing the legs to just softly rest with little to no effort in them. So if the hands are underneath the pelvis, you can lift your pelvis, remove the hands. Option to remove the block or the pillow if you like, or you can keep it there. We're going to bend the right knee in towards the chest, interlace the fingers around it. Left foot still reaching up towards the sky. This is where you can decide if you'd like the block to stay there or if you'd like to remove it. Ground down through the left hip, reach the left foot high as you hug the right knee in towards your chest. Just taking a few breaths on this side. Slowly, with control, let the right foot reach up to join the left. Bend the left knee, hug it in towards your chest, interlace the fingers around the left knee this time. Sole of the right foot faces the sky. Can you find some softness through the upper body? The shoulders rest on the mat. Relax the jaw. One more big breath here. And send the left foot up to meet the right. Bend the right knee, hug it in towards the chest once again. Again, option to have the block or the pillow beneath the pelvis, or you can remove it. Take a big breath in, reach the left heel to the sky. As you exhale, slowly lower the left heel towards the floor with control. So this is where you're going to decide if you want that block to stay or not. You may be feeling a bit of a stretch into the front of the left hip here. Front of the pelvis. Left leg is active, left heel resting on the floor as the toes draw towards your face. The right ankle, however, can be soft. Sometimes having the pelvis lifted a little bit higher in this wind relieving pose can help to release any tension in the SI joint of your low back. But if you're feeling pinching, pain, or discomfort, please remove the prop and lower your low back onto the floor for a normal wind relieving pose. Keep the left hip rooted on either the floor or your prop. We'll start to draw some circles with the right knee. Being mindful if you're on a block that you don't tip over the side. Circle in the opposite direction. The next time the right knee comes to the outer right shoulder, pause there. Ground down through the left hip. Stay center with the left leg, or you can walk the left leg a little more over to the left side of your mat, creating some distance between the left foot and the right knee. Settling into the space, feeling a sense of openness through the front of the left hip, the left thigh, maybe even into the right hip. Slowly come back through your center. The right knee hugged in close, left leg extended long. Release your right arm at your side. Lengthen from the left heel to the top of your head, and then slowly guide the right knee across your body. Again, if you're still on a prop, be really mindful here that you don't just fall off the end of it. You may have to lift your hips up and shift your block or your prop over a little bit before finding your twist. You can bring a block or a pillow beneath the right knee as well. You can let it hang in space. Gaze is to the ceiling or over to the right. If you're on a block, a more firm surface, this can actually start to work as a little bit of an acupressure point into the left glute, releasing it similar to a foam roller. Breathe into any areas of tension, any tightness that you may feel. Bring your gaze back through center. Right knee finds center as well. The right knee hugged in close towards you. Reach through the left heel. Take a big breath in, lengthen from the left heel to the top of your head. Slowly exhale. Big inhale, this time lengthen from the heel. Start to reach the sole of the left foot up to the sky once again. Right foot extends up towards the sky to meet the left. Bend the left knee. Bring it in towards your chest, interlace around it. Inhale to lengthen up the right leg, and as you exhale, slowly lower with control the right heel down to the mat. Again, checking in here. Do you like the prop beneath you? Would you prefer not to have it? Let this practice be your own. Maybe it's different from side to side. Almost working towards symmetry from side to side. Doing the same thing on one side as we did on the other. But also being open to the idea that they're going to be both very different. That's okay. Maybe you choose stillness for a little while longer, or you can start to take circles with the left knee. In both directions. The next time the left knee comes towards the outer left shoulder, pause there. Ground down through the right hip, either into the floor or into your prop. Stay with the right leg in center, or it can slide over to the right a little bit, creating some distance between the two legs. Slowing the breath, allowing it to be a little more controlled, a little more mindful. Draw the left knee through center, right leg comes through center as well. Left knee hugs in close. Take hold of it with the right hand, release the left arm beside you. Lengthen first and then find your twist over to the right. Again, deciding if you'd like to place a prop beneath the left knee. Whether you'd like your pelvis, your hips on the floor, or whether you'd like the prop beneath them. Maybe the gaze is to the ceiling, maybe it's over to the left. Slowly find your way through center. Left knee hugs in. Reach through the right heel and slowly bring the right foot up to the ceiling. Bend the right knee, let it join the left. Remove any props that may still be beneath you. Lower the pelvis to the floor. And give those knees a gentle hug. A little rock from side to side. Extend the legs long to the bottom of the mat. Just take a mini shavasana here. Letting the legs relax and reset. Neutralizing the pelvis and the spine. Slide the feet together at the bottom of your mat. Bend through the knees. Reach your right foot up towards the ceiling. Turn the toes towards the right, bend the right knee, let the pinky toe edge of the right foot land on your left thigh. You can use the right hand to guide the right knee slightly away from your shoulder. Ground down through left and right hip equally. Just pause here for a moment. Deep flex in the right ankle. Notice if you're feeling a stretch into the right hip, the right glute area. If you are, that's great. Stay just as you are. If you're not quite feeling a stretch yet, or you think you have room to go a little bit deeper, keep the right knee reaching away from the shoulders. As the right knee reaches away, start to draw the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Continue to send the tailbone down towards the mat. You can play with the height of the right foot on the left thigh, maybe lowering it or raising it higher up. See how that changes the stretch in your body. Just watching for any discomfort in the knee. We want to be feeling this into the hip and glute, not in the knee. If it's in the knee, you may have to ease off a little bit. We focus on being heavy through the pelvis, and that equal distance, the left knee drawing in at equal force of the right knee drawing away from the shoulders. Slowly lower the left foot onto the mat. Keep the right foot just as it is. Extend the arms out wide. And with the right foot still in that figure four position, start to tip the knees over to the right, bringing the inseam of the left pant leg towards the floor. It does not have to touch. If this is a little too much, you can always release the right foot onto the floor in front of the left leg. It's also okay if you have a good bit of distance between the legs and the floor. So just listening to your body, pausing at the moment that you start to feel stretch, deciding if you'd like to gaze to the ceiling or over to the left. The left front of your pelvis, the left hip, is reaching up towards the sky and over to the right as the left knee reaches down for the floor. Bring your gaze back through center. Let the knees find center as well. Release the right foot onto the mat. Let it come beside the left. A gentle sway from side to side. Let that go. Find stillness in the center. We'll move to the opposite side. Left foot reaches up to the sky this time. Turn the toes to face the left. Bend the left knee and let the left foot land on the right thigh. Left knee is reaching away from the shoulders. Just taking a few moments to check in on your pose, seeing how it feels compared to the first side. No judgment. Deciding if you're feeling a stretch you'd like to stay, or if you're going to draw the right knee in, take hold of the back of the right thigh or the right shin. A lot of times here the right hip's going to want to lift up and you're going to start tipping over to the left. See if you can be really heavy through the right side. Keep that right hip rooted as you draw the right knee in. And the left knee away. You can play with the height of the left foot. You can shift the weight from left to right and see where you feel that stretch most. Pausing there in breath. Slowly lower the right foot down onto the mat. Keep the left leg just as it is. Extend your arms out wide. Lengthen through the spine first, and then find that tip of the knees over to the left this time. Finding a stretch through the right side body. The front of the right hip is reaching up and over to the left as the right knee, the inseam of the right pant leg, is reaching down for the floor. Find your way slowly through center. Release the left foot onto the mat. Take a gentle sway from side to side. Find stillness in the center. Reach the right arm up overhead. And roll over onto your right side body. The knees can draw in towards the chest, rounding through the back body. And then when you feel ready, find your way up to a tabletop position. Here in your tabletop, we'll do a few cat and cows. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Big breath in, lift the tailbone up, let your belly drop, heart comes forward and up. Cow pose. For the cat pose, tuck your tailbone beneath you, draw your belly button up towards the sky, chin to your chest, gaze to the belly. Big breath in, cow pose, lifted tailbone, belly drops, heart comes forward and up. Exhale, cat, tuck your tailbone, scoop it beneath you as you hollow out through the chest, chin to the chest, gaze to the belly button. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more in each direction. Landing in your neutral spine. We're going to walk the hips back to sit on the heels. So a few options. You can either sit on the heels with the shoelace side of the feet on the floor. Tuck your toes beneath you to sit on the heels. Come to sit on a pillow or a block. Or even just coming to sit on your bum is fine as well. Whatever variation works for you. As long as you're able to sit up tall, shoulders over the hips, core is engaged. Open chest, so draw the collarbones away from each other. Inhale, take a big breath up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bring the right fingertips onto the floor. Left fingertips are going to reach up and over to the right. Really send your left hip down into the heel or into your prop. See if you can keep a flat back. Avoid that cat-like back. The chest stays open to the room in front of you. It's not facing the floor here. And take a big breath to lengthen through the left fingertips. As you exhale, start to now turn the chest towards the floor, reaching a little bit in front of you, but still to the right. Slowly dip the fingertips down towards the mat. Back behind you, open your chest up towards the room in front of you, maybe even up to the sky. And then return to that side stretch. Take a big breath in, lengthen. As you exhale again, start to reach forward slowly, moving mindfully so you have moments to feel a stretch in between. Maybe you feel the stretch moving down the side of your rib cage or shoulder blade. Reaching down towards the floor, getting a little bit of a cat-like back, but not to the point of any pain in your low back. Reaching back behind you, open up the chest. Return to your side bend. One more time, big circle. Turning to the center. Big breath in, rise up through center. Exhale, left fingertips to the floor, right fingertips reach up and over to the left. Finding lots of length up that side body. Grounding down to the right hip, core is engaged. Now finding those circles, big breath in first, lengthen up the right side body. As you exhale, start to reach forward, but still to the left. Down towards the mat. Back behind you. And up to the sky. Overhead, pause in your side stretch. Big breath in. On the exhale, find that circle. Moving at half the speed your body naturally wants to move. And pausing for a breath in the side stretch. On the exhale, find the last circle. Pause in the side stretch. Slowly reach up on the inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pausing with the hands at your heart. Take a big breath in. A slow breath out. One more big breath here. As you exhale, release the arms. Let them rest on your legs, palms face up. Invite the eyes to close. Still sitting tall here, shoulders over hips. The core is engaged to protect your low back and to help maintain a tall spine. But invite a sense of openness through the chest and the collarbones, allowing the shoulders to roll back away from the ears. With the eyes closed, start to become aware of the body, the points of contact between body and floor, between body and any props that may be beneath you. Feel the earth support beneath you, allowing you to be stable and strong in this seated position. Releasing any tension or effort from the legs, the glutes, the pelvis. allowing them to simply be supported by the earth or the props beneath you. Feel the energy of the earth drawn up through the sits bones, through the pelvis and the spine, and the tailbone all the way out the top of your head. With each breath in, inviting the energy in through your base, all the way up your spine and out through the crown of your head. Each breath out really grounds you here in the seated position, in this moment and in this breath. And while your base is strong, your core is strong, the spine is stable and long. The belly remains soft and able to move freely with breath. The chest, non-restricted, moves ever so slightly with breath. But as you take a long breath in through the nose, feel the belly taking the absorption of that breath. Feel it expand in all directions and soften as you exhale. Big breath in, the belly expands, taking a few ribs with it. As you exhale, the belly softens, lets go. Continuing with that breath at your own pace, sitting in stillness and in silence for as long as you choose to do so. And when it does feel time to get up and go on with your day, do so slowly, do so mindfully. And take with you a little bit of that breath into the rest of your week to follow. With such gratitude for you joining me in this mini practice as always. Namaste.